Welcome to My Body Fix. This week we're talking about the dreaded hot flushes. Hi, I'm personal trainer and kettlebell coach Mel Anderson. Welcome to my channel. I work with women approaching, going through and beyond menopause. And isn't hot flushes just one of the worst symptoms? It feels like a really good subject for me to cover this week because my hot flushes have returned out of the blue. What the fruit is that all about? Getting my HRT right, along with some other lifestyle factors, I've really not experienced hot flushes for quite some time now, but in the last few weeks, they seem to be coming back and they're not very comfortable. I like the term knowledge is power, but even better than that, knowledge plus action is power. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you some knowledge about hot flushes, but more importantly, I'm going to give you some tools that might help. So stick around to the end because I've got a fantastic little tool that will help you that you can download for free. Okay, I'm going to try and keep this bit super simple so we can move on to the action part. Hot flushes are experienced by around 75% of women going through menopause. They are uncomfortable, annoying, and for some women, really embarrassing and debilitating. It's that sudden feeling of warmth in the upper body, mostly around the neck and face and the chest area. Some women experience reddening skin and sweating, and for some, and I know this is me, this like overwhelming feeling that you can't breathe, this kind of claustrophobic feeling and a real desperate need to open a window or get outside. They're often followed by a shivery chill sensation as well. A defining characteristic of hot flushes is that they are intermittent and repetitive. Here's the sciencey bit concentrated down for you. Our bodies are constantly at work trying to maintain something called homeostasis. One function of homeostasis is core body temperature, and a normal healthy human being sits at around 37 to 37.8 degrees Celsius. That's a really narrow window. When your internal temperature becomes too high, the body responds in a number of ways to maintain homeostasis. And this is like vasodilation, which is when your body gets warm and red and it's your body attempting to get rid of the heat through your skin, and sweating. Estrogen plays a really important part in that process. So it makes sense that as estrogen declines during the menopause, that process is affected. During hot flushes, the range of core body temperature narrows, so a woman's body becomes much more sensitive to what's going on outside. So sweating and vasodilation are more easily triggered. In short, estrogen plays a really important part in regulating the body's temperature. So when estrogen declines, that process is disrupted. Hormone therapy can make a really big difference to the severity and the occurrences of hot flushes, but it's not a guarantee. And what about those people that don't want to or can't take hormone therapy? Is there anything else that we can do? Absolutely. So I'm going to share with you some information of some hot triggers, you might call them, some triggers that can exacerbate hot flushes. Use this information with curiosity. Don't go out and think that you've got to change your whole lifestyle just listening to all of these things. It really is your choice. But maybe, as I say, use it with curiosity. Have a look at some of these things, see how they appear in your life, and if you actually want to address them or not. Remember, it's always your choice. So this is something that I use with my clients and I used with myself recently, and it's called the Hot Flush Diary or Hot Flush Record. And it looks like this. So it's got 7 days that you can like write in there, and on the back it's got some common hot triggers. So along here, I just, Monday to Sunday, when I started to get these hot flushes, you just kind of put in here what sort of time it was, what sort of time of day, the duration and severity of the hot flushes, what food and drink that you had on that day that might exacerbate them, what sort of stresses are going on in your life and what other thoughts are going on. And you can see I just scribbled all over that. And on the back are some hot triggers, and I'm just going to read those for you now. So caffeine has been shown to exacerbate hot flushes. If you're dehydrated, that can make it worse. Apparently smoking can make them worse. Alcohol consumption, I know that one, definitely. Whenever I have a drink, I really get, like hot flushes afterwards. Hot or spicy foods can trigger hot flushes. Stressful situations stressful thoughts, rumination can cause them or exacerbate them, let's say. Sleeping in a hot, unventilated room, wearing too many layers. That sounds so obvious, but, you know, worrying about your hot flushes can make your hot flushes work. I know that's really important to point that one out, because sometimes especially if you're like somebody that's in front of people and you've got to present, or you've got to take a class, or you've got to teach or something like that, and you're really worried about the sweating and the redness, that can make them worse. Not having any downtime, not having any time to yourself. And I wrote on there anything else that you know might trigger your hot flushes. So this is what I did. Mine started coming back and I immediately went, oh, my HRT, why is that not working anymore? But it's not always about that. And like I said, it's not always a guarantee to fix it. It definitely helped me, but HRT isn't a magic pill. It has to be looked at with your lifestyle as well. So most of these there's a real pattern here. You can really see what happened here, right? And before this, I wasn't acknowledging this. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they started getting quite bad on the Monday, and they really sort of fizzled out a bit by Wednesday, but then by the weekend again, I was feeling them again. So the key things that were happening for me, the three main things, were that this was after a weekend of having a drink. So my flushes were quite bad. I have started drinking caffeinated coffee again because I've been trying to work really hard, and I've been waking up going, oh, I just need to get going. So where I normally have decaf coffee, I've been having a few normal coffees, and one turns into a couple, turns into three. And by this time I was drinking quite a lot more coffee again. But again, another thing that was really important and definitely going on is quite a lot of stress. And it's not bad stress. Doesn't always have to be bad stress. Like, this is me being really, really full on with work, and it started to get quite hectic by this day because I'm going on holiday soon and I've got a lot of stuff to get done before I go, a lot of organising to do. So by this time, my stress levels were pretty high. Here, I went for a river swim, and that really, really helped. I didn't have any for the rest of that day, which is really important to note. I don't know of any science or any, what's the word I'm looking for? Studies, that's the word. Brain fog. Any studies that show that, but for me, jumping in a cold river, that sorted me out for the day there. But by the weekend, they were back again because I'd had a drink. And then because I'd had a drink, I was drinking coffee to get up and function, feeling loads of pressure. So here's my 3 top tips. Number 1, use this hot flush diary and explore what's going on in your life. Explore what kind of things are in your diet that might be exacerbating your hot flushes, and make a decision if you want to do anything about that. Number 2, exercise. Now, I know that sounds counterintuitive. What? Get hot and sweaty to stop myself feeling hot and sweaty? But several studies have shown that regular exercise plays a part in regulating your body temperature or your thermoregulatory system. Exercise is just bloody great for everything, isn't it? Number 3, managing stress. So we can counterbalance stress with a number of different things. Things like walking outside and getting into nature, taking some time to do some focused and paced breathing. And if you don't have to do any of this fancy stuff. Simply breathing in for 4, hold, and out for 4. Just simply doing that breathing pattern can bring down your stress levels instantly. Playing your favourite uplifting or calming music. Music is super powerful for changing your state. Calling and talking to your best friend, someone that makes you laugh, or watching something or listening to something that makes you laugh. Laughter is great therapy. All of these things are simple and free strategies that can momentarily pull you away from stressful situations and just give you a moment to stop and breathe. Now, you may already know that one of my favourite stress relieving things is wild swimming or cold water swimming. I don't know if there's any science out there, like I said, but for me, it is an unbelievable stress reliever and I highly recommend it. Now, I know some people have found that certain supplements have helped them, but I'm not talking about them today because my aim is to bring you simple and free solutions to deal with your hot flushes. And also, it's outside of my scope of practice to talk about it, and also I've never tried them. So for me, getting my HRT right and adopting some of these lifestyle practices, addressing some of the things that I'm doing in my life, that helped me in the past. And this week I've been doing some of those practices, dialing back some of the things that I think were actually exacerbating my hot flushes, and they have improved. Okay, that's all from me this week. I hope you found this helpful, and don't forget to download your free hot flush diary and start exploring what's happening for you. You can grab hold of that with the URL below, or the link will be in the description. I love hearing from you and your experiences, so drop me a comment below. Tell me what it's like for you and your hot flushes, and anything that you've used or any strategies that you've used that have helped you too. I'll see you back here next week. Take care.